Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the As Seen on TV podcast for Supernatural, Season 11, Episode 13, Love Hurts. I'm your host, Mike, and joining me is Nikki.
Hello.
And Dom. And Kim.
Hi.
And special guest, our cat, Josie. Say hello, Josie. Psst, psst. I love that cat. So, this was another sort of filler episode, but did advance the plot a bit at the end, which I appreciate. And it was a fairly high-quality episode, so there we go.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's proof they've gotten their act together with filler this season, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even call it filler anymore.
No, and you know what? I will stop doing that until we get a serious 100% filler that has nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
We did it well. Remember, we had one full filler episode, but it didn't feel like filler. Every time we get these filler episodes, they don't feel like filler.
I mean, in articles, they were a lot of writers were considering the baby episode filler, but that advanced the plot. That's not filler.
Yeah, no, that showed you what it was like on the other side of things, what the demons were going through, and the monsters and creatures, what they were going through with the darkness. That showed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one, like, it felt very, I want to almost say season 1, season 2 to me. Like, you know, it was like a brand new monster. They, you know, they had to dig through their resources to try to find out what it was. And, you know, they didn't know what they were dealing with. They thought it was something and it was something else.
They thought it was like 4 different somethings.
Yeah, I mean, it's not often that we see new creatures coming into the series. So every time they do it, it's getting more and more scarce.
I almost forgot that, you know, shapeshifters didn't like silver. You know, They're here, right with the silver pen.
Yeah.
So, start off with a guy screws the babysitter cliche. But, interesting twist. I'm thinking he's going to get his comeuppance. No, the babysitter, I have to say it this way, gets her heart ripped out Kano style.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sucks. But
It's pretty gruesome.
Bye, Kitty. It was very gruesome.
It's Love Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that happens, which instantly, obviously, gonna make the guys think werewolf, because heart removed.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, no, this one's a little weird. Like, this
Then
one...
they saw the eyes, and they're like, oh, shapeshifter.
Oh, shapeshifter, totally shapeshifter. But no, I mean, what was the creature even called at the end? I forgot.
A Quincy? Or not a Quincy.
Diancie.
No.
No.
That's Bleach.
Started with-
That's a Pokemon.
Started with a Q. It did.
Let's round out the anime here.
Was it Q? I thought it started with a...
I'm not quite sure. I love it's like
It was a K. I thought it was a K.
maybe. We'll see. Yeah, but it was an entirely new creature, and I like that. It was you know, whoever held the heart of this creature could command this creature.
It was a Kareen.
Kareen. Okay, there we go.
Starts with a Q.
Starts with a Q. Alrighty then. But yeah, this was an interesting, like, at first, you know, interesting kind of curse thing going on, transferred by Kiss, and works its way down a list of people. I guess the most effective way to do this would be to, you know, give it to the most promiscuous person you can find who kisses everybody. If you wanted to rack up a body count.
Give it to Dean.
He doesn't kiss that many people anymore.
Never.
Dean got
Never.
lucky this episode. At least it was
Dean has never
implied.
kissed another person.
Is it like the hooker thing where you don't kiss them because that's too intimate?
That's why I never kiss him on the mouth.
Yep.
I guess that's why. I don't know. But yeah, things going around ripping the hearts out of people, one after the other. And, let me in. I'm your husband. I'm not going to hurt you. That was just creepy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like you're dead. I already know you're dead. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you. Anyway, yeah, for a while there I had to completely empathize with Dean. You know, or whatever the lady's name was. I'm confused. That's because it's confusing. But yeah.
Because it was like it goes back to the other person, and it was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never ending. So the person that casts the spell has to die for it to end. Was the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and this whole time I was thinking that like a Cupid was going to be involved because the very beginning they showed us like the Cupids and stuff, and I was just like, they keep showing us all these amazing things that happen during the holidays, and then they're just like, here you go.
Yeah, some of the holiday episodes are some of their best episodes. Like that Christmas episode with the two pagan gods.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love that. That's one of my favorite episodes. I absolutely love that one. But
because I think last week I was like, there's got to be a Cupid involved. Like I was convinced.
no Cupid.
I
Yeah,
mean,
like, they
technically there was.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that was weird that they started it out like they did all this. Like I was confused for a second. Like I had to stop and be like, wait, they're talking about Halloween. I had to stop the episode and went, am I on the right episode?
I did the same thing.
Like, wait a minute.
It's like last time on Supernatural. It's like an episode from season 1. Wait, what the fuck? Huh?
I'm confused.
I was watching this on Netflix. I did queue up the right program. But so apparently the monster appears to you as your deepest, darkest desire.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I never thought, like, it appeared to the lady as her husband. Her husband is her deepest, darkest desire.
Well, yes, because she wanted to use this curse in order to bring him back to her.
Thus making it pretty dark, yes.
That's why the babysitter saw the husband as well.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep.
The husband saw the babysitter.
But as soon as the lady said, "Oh, this is all my fault," I'm like, "All right, what'd you do? What'd you summon? You found some ancient artifact. You talked to a witch. What happened?" "Ah, she talked to a witch. There we go."
There's some like homebrew spell too.
I know that's something kind of new there.
And the moment, like I knew the moment that it was supposed to be this whole deepest desire thing, and when it went to Dean, I knew it was going. I knew where it was going.
Yeah, there was a lot of foreshadowing to that one. That
as soon as you saw the figure like morph from the window of the hotel room, I was like, Amara.
But so Dean's deepest, darkest desire is Amara. Big shock.
Not really.
Such a big shock that even Sam is totally shocked.
No.
Not really.
Not at all.
He's like...
The only shock is Dean is shocked that Sam is not shocked.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But, Dean elaborates on the whole thing. He wants every bit of his body wants to kill Amara, wants to send her back wherever the hell she came from, eliminate her. But when he gets close to her, that goes out the window. All he wants is Amara. I'm curious how that's going to play out.
I am too.
Well, she keeps saying that they're connected.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think that the mark isn't completely gone from Dean. And that's the only reason why she's stuck on this plane. Why she
the mark
seems...
almost turned into like a love connection.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was
Like
a
it's physically
great
there.
TV show, by the way.
Dean is bound. He's bound to her, so he can't help but feel that the stuff that he's feeling.
Right. I mean, he was carrying the mark, which I mean, I guess for all intents and purposes was the lock to her prison.
Hmm.
So I mean, he was carrying the lock around with him the whole time.
So it's like Stockholm syndrome almost.
Kind of.
It's,
Yeah.
it's some twisted form of it, sure.
Mhm.
Now, like, I just have a question for this because I'm thinking about, like where they're going from here and everything with this. Because Amara, the Darkness, sister of God, right?
Right.
Every season, there's always the looming big baddie. Like the first season, it was the demon that killed their mother, and the second season. Third season, it's Lilith and the contract on Deed's head. Fourth season, it's all the crazy powerful demons. Fifth, it's Lucifer, so on and so forth. They keep one upping it.
Right.
They're at God's sister,
Mm-hmm.
an equivalently powerful being to the Almighty. Now, here's my question. How do they one-up that next season?
God.
Very easy.
Go for it.
In-laws.
Ooh.
Wait.
Ooh. Hoya.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. You're right. No, maybe that's my thing. Short of Lucifer again.
I think it's gonna be Lucifer, actual Lucifer, like out because he's out now, but he hasn't done anything, and we're getting close. Like we're episode 13. We got like what 9 more episodes to go till the end.
Yeah, we're past the halfway.
And I think whatever it's gonna do, it's gonna handle Lucifer ending the darkness. That's gonna be the big show off, and it's probably gonna kill either Sam or Dean in the process, which is gonna be dead this time, not us. Oh, they're gonna be back, but even though they're dead, we're still gonna be like they're gonna be back. So we're not too concerned with that. But everybody else, that'll be the big talking point. Is oh my god, they're dead. Now what? And
I don't know
Lucifer's
how many
running around.
times I've actually said that, and then they're just back.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not gonna believe them until they both die, and that's the end of the series.
And they both die, and the showrunners announce, like, all right, that's it. They're dead. For real. Trust us.
Yep, that's the only way.
Lucifer absorbs Amara and then tries to take on God. And we see God.
All right, there we go. I mean, that would give him the edge I guess he would need.
And he goes to take over heaven and then overpower God. And God appears all of a sudden after he's been gone for so long. And it's Chuck.
Yeah, it's Chuck, and he was in Budapest or something, smoking a pipe with some monks, and then all of a sudden it's like, that the gopher is like, I feel something.
It's not God. Chuck is not God.
And then, I mean, Sam, super empowered Lucifer versus God, and then, somehow Sam and Dean have an important part to play.
I would rather have Dean, not Dean, because that'd be weird because it's Amara, but Sam. I'd rather have Sam just like snap out of it and have been God the whole time.
That would be crazy.
That would be completely random, but yes.
I would rather have that than Chuck.
Or it's Alanis Morissette.
I will accept that too.
Yeah.
A silent Alanis Morissette.
Like I said before, I said on earlier episode, I would have loved if, unfortunately, the late Lemmy of Motorhead played God, because the big joke was always, who's better, God or Lemmy? Oh, they're the same person. So that was always the big joke between like metal fans and stuff. It's like Lemmy is God. So if Supernatural, knowing how well that they are with heavy metal and rock and Dean and all that, and then just have Dean look up at his idol, Lemmy, and just be like, "You're God." Like,
Well,
that would have been amazing.
The only way they can do that now is they reveal God and they say to Dean, well, who you're expecting, Lemmy? Yes, actually, I was.
That would be really good. Really good. Can I just really quickly mention the fact that I think for the first time in the history of the series, Dean actually won rock paper scissors?
Yeah,
that
you're
was-
right.
that was a
He
big thing.
always lost. Or he always used to lose.
Yeah, he always lost. He won this time, and Sam's like, well, I'm going to go upstairs anyway. Because it didn't feel right to have Dean win.
Meant nothing.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter. Dean was like, oh, look, I won.
I have won for the first time in, 30-something years.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. A pretty straightforward, though, episode. Is there anything we missed that we should talk about?
Well, since this was technically their Valentine's Day episode,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think Lucicast was doing on Valentine's Day?
Pruning rose bushes.
I'll go
I
with
wish-
pruning rose bushes.
I wish we just saw a quick scene of like Castiel writing out Valentine's Day cards.
That, or
Interrupting Loving couple.
binge watching some sort of love comedy TV series off of Netflix.
Yeah, see, there you go. He knows what Netflix is. He's he's inhabiting Castiel.
Mhm.
That's what Cass would do.
Have Lucifer, aka Castiel, watch last year's episode or the last Thanksgiving, the last Valentine's Day episode with the Cupids on Netflix.
That would have been funny.
That's always the thing that makes my head hurt in these shows is they're like, oh, let's talk about Netflix and not realize that their own show is on Netflix. Like,
Oh, they
That's
realized.
exactly why they do it.
Oh, yeah.
They want to hurt your head.
it's like, are we living in an alternate universe where Supernatural is not a TV show and is not on Netflix?
Well, they
Yeah,
didn't
they
want to
had an
believe they were
episode with-
books.
Yeah, their books. Remember, they had an episode where they were the show.
The French
Yeah.
Mistake, yeah.
It's Dom's favorite episode. Of course he
Yeah,
remembers.
it's the best episode.
It's my favorite episode of the whole series. I will never forget that episode as long as I live. In fact, as soon as I'm done watching or done doing these podcasts tonight, I'm gonna go watch it.
It was definitely a good episode,
Okay.
but you know what? I'm gonna probably go queue up the Christmas episode with the pagans just because I don't know if that's my favorite, but it's easily top 3.
Yeah.
So, I guess we could talk about next week's episode a little bit here, and
Okay.
then move on. So, next week is called The Vessel, and it's kind of a double entendre there.
Is it?
Yeah. Hoping to find a weapon powerful enough to defeat Amara, Dean convinces Castiel, who is still Lucifer, to send him back in time to the last reported sighting of the Hand of God. Whatever the fuck that is. Lucifer sees the potential in getting his hands on this weapon, so goes along as Castiel and sends Dean to 1944 to the fated submarine mission that sunk the Hand of God. Meanwhile, continuing his charade with Sam, while they wait for Dean's return, Lucifer plans his next move.
So we get to see some more Lucicast.
Lucicast.
Castifer? I like Castifer better.
Castifer.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like that.
I saw, if you watch the promo, there's a scene where he opens like a door. It's kind of like in a morgue or whatever. Opens the door and slides out the slab, and here's Crowley in chains, I think with a ball gag, in like pajamas.
Oh.
Or I forget. I gotta watch it again. But
See, I would love to see who else that they could get to bring back in the, like get the young John Winchester to come back for like a small cameo would be great, or the Trickster, anybody who would be alive during this time period.
yeah, that would be awesome.
Mhm.
Well, I thought I swore that the Trickster might be coming back. Thought.
It would be in
No,
flashbacks.
not
Yeah.
necessarily, because we still don't know he's dead.
I mean,
He could have had another illusion of his death. He's done that before. The first time they killed the character, he faked his death through an illusion because he's the
True.
trickster.
he's
So that's
done
not
that.
to say he couldn't do it again.
He did it like 3 times that episode.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So
then, he
that's-
got killed in the middle of attempting that illusion. So, I mean,
Right.
but
But still, like I will never be convinced as long as the show exists that he's actually dead.
yeah.
Can't do it. It's like Vampire Diaries and what they've been doing recently too, which I don't want to go into,
Oh,
but
Mhm.
it's the same thing over there because I feel like that as long as that show is on the air, it's the same exact thing.
He was it's such a great character because that was those episodes, the 3 or 4 Trickster episodes. It just gave them, the perfect door to comedy.
Yeah.
Just because of that, that monster at the time. And they are, like, some of the funniest episodes. I mean, the Groundhog Day episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did we miss anything?
Not really, no. I mean,
Is there anything else we need to
The
talk
nanny
about?
cam?
The nanny cam, yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
dude, be straight with me. Yes, he removed the nanny cam because he forgot it was there and she kissed him in front of it.
hmm
So when he finds the babysitter dead, she runs to the baby.
And he runs to the nanny
nanny
cam.
Like, really? I mean, I guess he knew the police were going to be all over that place, but where the hell did he stash that thing?
His office? I know why he didn't have time. I don't know where he stashed it. Who the hell knows?
My question is, why didn't the wife think about the? I mean, I never said she, like later, didn't go. Oh yeah, where's the bay? I mean, obviously, way later she did. So.
I mean, yeah, but her husband, her babysitter gets killed, and her baby was left alone all that time, and then eventually her husband gets killed, and then she's basically running for her life. There's no time to think of a damn bear.
Yeah, there really isn't. Especially, I mean, there's definitely no time to think about that.
I mean, and she already knew that he was doing what he was doing anyway.
Yeah,
exactly.
so there would have been nothing surprising on there.
Mm-mm.
Except watching her husband rip her babysitter's heart out. I'm sorry, punch it out and then rip it out the other way.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if there's nothing else, I guess that's our show. I mean, it was a very concise episode.
I had to look real quick while we were doing this, and the last time we saw the trickster, Gabriel, was in season 9, Metafiction, when he was appearing to Castiel as an illusion through Casa Erotica. And it says here that it was revealed the whole thing was illusion, and before Gabriel leaves, Cass asks him if he's really dead, but receives only a trademark smirk and an eyebrow wriggle in response before Gabriel disappears. So, it's one of those things where you'll never find out if he's dead or not.
Yeah, of course they're gonna do that.
Well, no, because they leave it open to he can just be like bloop.
Yeah.
It's like, hi guys.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as I'm concerned, he's still alive.
Okay.
All right, I can accept that. All right. So next week, real big return to the main plot, I guess.
I mean, it's usually how they do it. They usually have 2 off episodes, and they give us 2 or 3, completely plot driven, and they go back.
Mm-hmm. All right then. So
Yep.
that is our show. Nikki, where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyVenom24.
I'm dancing too early. Dom, where can they find you?
There. Phenomenon. Do.
Do 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 do.
PHENOMEDOM.
Kim, where can they find you?
Also find me on Twitter at HUFFITY, PUFFITY.
I was all ready for that. You can find me on Twitter there at Philidrin. You can find all of us on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, MySpace, and YouTube. Waiting for Dom to cough MySpace.
You already said MySpace. He doesn't need to cough it.
He always does, every time I say it. Anyway, you can find us on all those places, YouTube most importantly, at ASOTV Podcast. See, he always interrupts me with it. You can follow us at those places for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, movies, and games. Thank you all for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye. MySpace.